We did it, we did it, we did it. Oh my goodness gracious. Good morning, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so glad you guys are here. I am just so excited. So, it's Friday. It's Friday, you gorgeous, amazing people who have gifted me with your time, your energy, and your amazingness. Yes, I am full of beans today. I'm completely full of beans. I've had like, I don't know, about 6 hours sleep, which is way less than what I'm used to. When I was little, my mom actually and my dad actually had to check on me because they thought I was like dead because I'd sleep for 16 hours as an infant. I love my sleep, but I had my sister here and her husband last night, and they are now living in Karamias. So they are like hanging out, and they came by and they spent the night, and we had this amazing evening together. So we were a little concerned about when they moved that things would be like, but it's even better. So gave them the key to the house, and I have a key to the house. Anyways, she's actually my best friend in the whole wide world, like closest ever. So yeah. Anyways, now that I've got that out, I am so excited about this one. This live is going to be like thebomb.com. So let's start with welcome. Who here has ever dealt with a full-on temper tantrum that's like at the most inconvenient time and is embarrassing as all get it? Hello, who's done that? Can you guys just like raise your hand, drop a heart, whatever? Like, have you ever had that? Because if you haven't, I'm going to call you Lila Pants on Fire, because there is not a single mom anywhere, no matter how amazing and how good your kids are, that has not had a kid lose their shit in public, okay? Where they have dropped on the floor. You guys, you know this one, right? The drop on the floor, bright red face, kicking and screaming, and their tears, and they got booger bubbles coming out of their nose. Okay, right? Right? Okay. Yes, we've all had that. We've all experienced. So you're in the right place. So I want you to make sure you say hi. So we'll just get a little housekeeping out of the way. I want to make sure you say hi. Let me know you're here because I want to be able to acknowledge you. If you aren't able to be here, make sure you, and you're catching this later, do put down that you're watching the replay and drop your questions at any time in the comments, because if I don't get to them now, I will get to them later, guaranteed. Never an issue. There's no stupid question. You can ask what you may think it's a silly question, but you know what? There's other people that are thinking the same thing. So never, ever, ever feel uncomfortable about, asking your questions, because you don't know. That's what I'm here for. So pick my brain. And yes, I did get a haircut, and this is all my natural color now, pretty darn close. I left my sparkles in, and we just kind of got the brass out. So yeah, I'm feeling very, very pretty. All right. So anyways, enough about that. Let's get rolling here. So today we are talking about 3 parts of temper tantrums. We are talking about preventing them in the first place, because once you know how to prevent them, life gets easier for everyone. Okay, so that's a given. How to actually stop a temper tantrum in 2.2 seconds with these 3 really simple things that I do. And I honed it over decades of working with kids and my own daycare, where I would take them out in public, and I never had an issue, ever. People were just like, okay. So I'm going to teach you guys my little secrets and how to actually keep your cool instead of losing it and end up crying on the floor beside your toddler. Okay, who's done that? Yeah, because it's really hard on the back, and I don't want you guys to hurt yourself like I did this morning sitting at the table. Okay, that may have been a little bit like an old timer thing because I'm 53, so my back just kind of gave out this morning. So if I wince, it's not because you guys are hurting my feelings being here or anything. It's that just literally I hurt my back sitting. Don't ask. It's a gift. So you guys don't know me yet and you haven't met me, or you're fairly new, my name is Karina, and I am more affectionately known as Auntie Karina. Yes, that's My daycare kids called me for over 15 years. And they still do. And I help overwhelmed mamas who secretly cry in the shower from exhaustion rediscover their inner parenting power by learning calm, loving, and firm parenting hacks that turn toddlers from terrible to terrific. I don't believe in terrible twos. I just don't. I'm just town built. So my private one-on-one Power Parent program. Let's say that again. My one-on-one Power Parent program is a crash course parenting program that turns your household from chaos into orderly fun. You go from hiding from your kids in the car to raising your kids confidently and calmly with loving boundaries that's are age appropriate for your kids. So I'll let you know more about that later. So, but having said that, I started implementing some of the techniques that I taught myself, that I figured out in my daycare center that I ran for 15 years, like I said, and I instantly saw the kids being calmer, more cooperative, happier, more content and playful. Yeah, I was like, what? The parents noticed it too. Hey, Evelyn, the parents started really noticing how happy the kids were, and they started asking me about different concerns they were having at home, like fighting between their siblings, the constant, Mom, are we there? You're like, Mom, can we do this? Mom, can we? Like, it was just, the repetitious, asking that kids do, and the inevitable challenges that their three-nagers, can we say that? Three-nagers would throw at them all the time. And I did this for years. And parents always said to me, why don't you teach this stuff? Hey, Danielle, why don't you teach this stuff to everyone? Like, okay, you guys got to keep in mind, okay, this was before Facebook was even a thing. Yeah, I am like a BFer. Like, I am a before Facebooker. So, all right. So, just as a little example, I taught one of my moms, like my sleep strategy, to one of my clients for the jewel jar thing. It's a really cool little system that I have. And I taught this strategy to one of my clients, and she was fighting with her kid every single night for years to get her kids to stay in bed all night. I mean, you're feeling this. You guys know what it's like. Kids up like 4 or 5 times a night. And if you aren't, good job, and you are so lucky. But I gave her this system, and she phoned me or messaged me the next day saying she couldn't believe she had her first full night of sleep in 5 years. Oh, yeah, magic. I tell you, the stuff I have learned is magic. It's like going to be instant. So we have already talked, we're going to talk preventing, stopping, and keeping your cool. So let's get started with stopping a tantrum first, because I think that that's something that we need to get right into. And then later on, we can get into the rest and how to do it. So let's deal with the biggest one, which is, as Evelyn was just saying, oh yes, let's stop it. Okay, so one of the things you can do when your kid is kind of winding up, so you got to start paying attention, right? I would always immediately get down to the kids level, look right at them. So if you've got, let's say you've got a 10-year-old, maybe if you've got a 15-year-old, it's a little different, but I, generally work with toddlers, it's kind of my gig. So you get down, you look at them, and immediately they will shift. They will realize you're listening, you're hearing them. So I will touch, because I don't let kids get to full blown very often. But if you can do just a little touch, or, hey, look at me, I want to hear what's going on. It immediately brings kids kind of back into their body, because they're kind of starting to lose it. And when they're young, their brains turn off, right? So this is another part of it. I will get down, I'll go, hey, when you're mad, your brain turns off, and I can't understand your words, and I can't help you. Let's breathe. So we got eye level contact, right? Super important. And if they're getting really mad, say, hey, when you're mad, your brain turns, I can't help you. I can't hear you. I can't understand your words when you're mad. So you're making that contact. You're giving them a touch. You're connecting with them. You're eye to eye. Oh, here I go. And you are letting them know, hey, I want to bring you back to you. I want to help you. They can hear you, because you're going to make your voice loudness equal to theirs until they connect with you, and then you can drop it. So if they're yelling, You go, hey, and then you go, your brain is off. And when your brain is off, I can't help you. So you can see how I'm bringing the voice down. That's what you do. And you'll tweak it for yourself and you'll adjust it. Everything I'm giving here is just a skeleton frame that you can adjust for you. So then what I do is they'll tell me, this is going on. Okay. And then what I do is I say, okay, that's when I start giving them a choice. So I give them a controlled choice because I'm still in charge. But when kids get mad, it's often they feel out of control and they don't know how to express it. So they blow their cork, right? They're little, right? That's what they do. Or they haven't learned the skills, or they haven't practiced them, or maybe they've got some impulse control. So then I give them a choice. I call it an A or B choice. So let's say you're in the grocery store because they are notorious for throwing themselves down in the cereal or the cookie aisle going, you don't love me, I hate you, you're horrible, right? Yeah, right? You didn't let me get the, sugar bomb coated, cereals. So what you can say, I know you want the, let's say the Fruit Loops. Just saying. You know what? They're not a healthy choice. And I really don't like how it is for your body. But you can pick, and let's say we used to have these corn pops that were an organic choice. So we went from the corn pops to full sugar bomb things. I said, but you can have this one, which I knew was less than sugar, or you can have this one. Again, another choice. And they go, no, I'm giving you a choice because we can't have that one. I know you want it, but you can have this one or you can have this one, and you can bring it to them. You can say, they want pop, let's say. You can say, no, but you can have, I always water down juice. So you can have juice, or you can have a glass of milk, or you can have a glass of water, or you can have whatever it is that you guys are suited for you. So give them a choice that is similar to what they want, but redirect it so that your kids will still be able to have some choice. So if they're tired and they're mad and they're freaking out because we're not done, you can go, hey, I know you're tired. We need to do this, and then we can be done. And then we can go do this. Okay. So is everybody getting me on that? Is that kind of clicking with everyone? Let me know if this is, if you guys are getting this, throw down some hearts, or let me know in the comments that you've got it. Okay. So let's just kind of go with that. We want to make sure we are listening. So getting that eye contact with your kids, and then listening, like lean into them. Hey, I know you're mad. Take a breath. I'm listening. What are you trying to tell me? I can't understand you when you're mad. They will tell you whatever it is. If you can give them an A or B choice, fantastic. If it's, I don't know, you gave them the wrong cup, you can say, whoa, we don't need to get mad. Use your words. What is it you need? Is that the wrong color? Okay, which cup would you like? And then lots of times, especially when you're first doing it, I would say, okay, that's all you need to do was say you want, and then you give them the cup. Now, some people disagree with me there, but I say that way you can teach them that when they use their asking words, right? So this all goes with the tantrum, and this all goes with using your words, right? Words matter. And that you can teach them that by asking and keeping themselves calm, they can get what they need most of the time. And then as they get older, you can go, you know what, you didn't use your words. You can use this cup or nothing. So you can break it down over time. So moving on, and this is so important, okay? I see it all the time and I get it. It is so easy for us to get wound up in what our kids are doing. Like, we're tired. We've had enough of the fucking tantrum after tantrum after tantrum, right? And we are going to like totally lose our own cork. We get instantly triggered. We get frustrated. So you guys feeling this? Are you guys like, let me know if you're feeling this. I'm not getting any answers here, so I'm not sure if you guys are getting it or not. And I am keeping my eyes on the comments, so I don't know if you guys are digging this. So there you go. I need to know these things, or whether I'm just like talking out the side of my head. Like, I don't think so. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay, so this is how I want you to learn how to keep your cool instead of losing it. And then you end up crying on the floor beside your toddler, right? Like, ask me how I know that you will end up crying with your toddler or you'll hurt yourself. Like my girlfriend had her mom, when she would throw herself on the floor screaming in the store, her mom got down on the floor and tantrumed with her. True story. Yeah. But mom got stuck one day and had a tough time with it. So anyways, so that's what happened. So I don't want you laying on the floor. I don't want you getting frustrated and angry and ending up kind of yelling and grabbing at your kid and pulling them along, which we've all done, not because we're hurting our kids, but because we're just done. And I get that. Okay. So if you have any questions, make sure you're popping them down. So ask me, how do I know what this feels? I see it all the time. And that's why when I'm talking to you guys, I use my personal experiences to really relate. And it allows me to have a really deep understanding of what my clients, what you parents are experiencing, so that I can give you the answers that you need. Okay. So the best thing that we can do in order to keep our cool is to be aware it's building, and you know what that's like. And if you aren't quite clicking with that, that's okay, because you're going to notice it from now on. You are going to start noticing when your kid's starting to wind up. So if you have seen this, go just like hell yeah, oh yeah, that's me. I can totally tell when they are just going to wind up, and that's the timing. That's why my kids rarely had tantrums. Rarely, 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 rarely. Okay. So this is super critical. Okay. You're noticing, and this is what I want you to do. And we're going to practice this together right now. You are going to take a deep cleansing breath. And you're going to practice it. Ready? So here's how it goes. You go, you're going to blow it out. Feel yourself drop. Hear how my voice just suddenly dropped? Do it one more time. The reason I want you to practice this, and I want you to practice it all the time, if you take nothing away from this, you're going to take away this breath, because it drops your energy, and then your kids won't be able to feed off of it, because your children can read you. Children are born being able to watch body language and read the energy of people and how they're feeling. They are like magical at it. It's like you may as well just like hand them, this is how I am. But kids will do that all on their own. So when you get tense and you get tight and you get frustrated and you're getting like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, they will wind up with you, right? Yes? Good. All right. So this is when you do that cleansing breath, it is going to break the knee-jerk way you have always dealt with things in the past. So this is the critical part, okay? I want you to become, I'm telling you, you need to become proactive rather than reactive, okay? That's going to make the difference on how you deal with your kids. When you are proactive, you're on it, and you're able to deal with it when, you know their behavior. You can hear their voice changing. They start running around. They might throw themselves on the ground. They may just kind of sit, right? You see, you guys get these examples. You've probably seen them yourself, right? Right? You've seen this. So note that behavior when you see it. Look at them. Get down to them. Again, I am all about the eye contact. Tell them, oh, let's say they're getting whiny. You can say, wow, I can hear in your voice you're getting tired. I know, or that you're frustrated. You know what? I see that. You know what? And then you can look at your watch so that you're letting them know, because we've already told them how long we're going to be, right? Some of my other trainings, I've taught you guys how to kind of set them up so they know what's going on. It's how I managed to get 7 kids with a double stroller and go for 2 hours in a mall, without a hitch, every single time. Okay, you know what? We've got 10 more minutes. Come and look at my watch. But I need to get this, this, and this. So once we're done, then we're out of here. We can go do whatever it is. I keep bubbles in my van all the time, and I would blow bubbles, and they would love it. It's just a fun little reward. But what you do is then you can get them involved. Okay, I need to find dish soap. Can you help me find the dish soap that mommy uses? and you get them involved. So you're distracting them, but you're giving them a purpose, which is, so you've acknowledged their feelings. You're giving them the time frame. So acknowledge the feelings, right? By eye contact, or I see your body's looking like it's telling me you're getting tired. I get it. It's been a long time. Can you help me with this? And then we can get done faster, right? So you give them time. You say, we only have X many things. You may have to cut your trip short. I know, sucks, right? But you're a parent. That's your job. Sometimes it's just too much for your kids, and you have to be okay to say, we're just going to cut this short. It's not the end of the world. Nobody's going to die. You go back another time. Yes, even with COVID, chances are you can manage for another week. Okay. So recognize eye contact, recognize their emotion or their voice, the tone in their voice or their body or whatever it is that they're doing that you can note that, and it helps them to understand it too. And then you say, okay, let's help mommy. So when they do that, you really praise them. Oh, this is so helpful. I know it sounds like overkill, but they love it. And it completely refocuses them onto something positive, which we want, right? Because we all have to do stuff we don't want to do. We may as well enjoy it to the best of our ability. Oh, this is so great. I'm so glad we're one step closer to being done. And then we can go up, right? Go to the park, we can get back home, we can go have lunch, we can do whatever it is the heck you guys are going to do. All right. Questions? Is there any questions? I want to make sure I give you guys a moment for that. Just kind of water. So I use this in my daycare. Oh, hey, there we go. I found another one. All right, so we will, Paige, I'm going to just have a little moment to read what you are saying. I don't know if it'll work. He just throws a huge fist because you don't, and he points. Okay, you can tell him no screaming. You can say, show mommy. Okay, Paige? Get him to show you. And I know he does a lot of screaming, but I really want to work. I know you've been working on this. No screaming. And you can tell him to use his words, even if it's gobbledygook. Doesn't matter. We want him verbalizing. He's got other siblings that talk for him, right? And yes, and you say, if you get mad, if you have a tantrum, the answer is no. But if you can help me to find out what you need, and if he does tantrum, because I know we're home a lot now, I would say, then mommy's not going to listen to you until you're going to use your asking words. And that could mean him just taking you or showing you calmly. Okay. So you're then just going to walk away. It's like we do with dogs that are doing bad behavior. You just turn your back. He'll get it. And it teaches your children that tantruming doesn't get them what they want. And if he gets mad, just walk away, or you say, you know what, you're not ready to use your words. You're not ready to show me. Moving on. Okay. All right. Any other questions? I know that's hard, but that's just a little bit. And if you want, that's something that I can really go into with you one-on-one. Okay. Either through my plan or we can work something out that'll fit you. All right. So I used that kind of thing when we were out with the daycare kids, or when I was out with my daycare kids all the time. So I didn't have tantrums very often. They were really rare. Really, really rare. They were really, really rare. They were rare. Oh my God. I learned to talk today. It's new. And I started teaching this sort of tantrum busting and this kind of way to set things up or nip things at the butt. And my daycare parents were coming back saying that they noticed a total, like, immediate difference. Like, they went from, holy crap, from like, I don't want to go, to this was not a big deal. All right. So I actually had a mom that messaged me that she had been learning so much from my lives and that it was really helping her son who has a lot of behavioral issues like ODD and ADHD. And she said, just from these lives, she's learned so much, and it's made a really big, help for her. And I was telling her, like, this is all stuff that I really get into in my Power Parent plan. So just real quick before, oh yeah, no, we won't get into that right now. I'm just going to hang tight because we need to prevent them. That's what we have to get into. So we have talked about stopping them, right? Eyes, getting down to them, right? Listening, getting eye contact. We've talked about learning how to not lose your cool by taking a breath, acknowledging, getting them involved. Now, the best one here is the preventing the tantrum. So I want to get into that before I kind of move on. Again, if you have any questions, just write them down. And Paige, you were saying you don't know if it'll work. You need to have the confidence that it's going to work. That's something that's crucial, that you have the confidence that this is how it is, this is the way it is, and not it's not going to work. Of course it's going to work, because you are not going to give in to his shenanigans. And he's small enough, you need to potato carry him, put him in his room or his crib and say, when you're done you're yelling and you're done you're mad, you can come out and we'll talk and try again if you have to. Okay, give him the option. All right, so preventing. This is something that I talk about this incessantly, and I always teach it within my power parenting. It's super, super important, is that you set your kids and yourself. Parenting's hard work, and why make it harder on yourself? Hello. Make sure you set yourself up for success. So don't go if they're feeling crappy unless you have to. Don't go 2 minutes before lunch or nap time, okay? Do your best to try and time it a little bit. I used to do where I would say, have a snack, and then I would tell all the kids to go potty. I don't have to go. No, go check for dribbles. I found them. That's what they would say. So I sent them to go potty, and then we would go. And I would always bring a little snack. We'd have snack time kind of on the way. I would tell them, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. And if you guys help me, then we get to do this. And I would always, always reward. It could be a small little book, little hard book that I read to them in the van, because they were small. And a lot of people say, well, why do you have to reward them for everything? Sometimes when you're practicing this, it's a really nice things to do. It's just a really kind of a great way to reinforce that. Okay, so just a little hard. That's only for the car. And I always used to have a little box of books in there. Okay, it was just always, and I always had wedding bubbles. You get them at the dollar store. They're fantastic because they don't stain, and you can say, oh, are you helping me? Right? So you can kind of encourage kids, because when we're done, we get to go have bubbles. And I want you guys to be able to do that. So let's go. And so you tell them what you're going to do. You tell them what the plans are. You tell them about how long that's going to take. When the kids are in the store with you, make sure when they are actually helping, not 2 minutes in, but wait till you're about 10 minutes in. Guys, this is really helpful. You guys are doing such a good job. You should do it all the time. The kids were like, oh, all right, help me with the buggy. All right. Oh, are you helping take care of the little one in the front? Because I do one and then two more in the back, and then so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? That's how I did it every time. Hey guys, help hold on to the cart, because you got to help the little ones. You don't want to lose them. They're strapped in. They were 4. They thought it was great. Okay. Remind them they're doing a good job. And when you're getting close to the end, you can let them know, if you list, we are getting close to the end. You guys are so awesome. We're almost done. Good job, everyone. You don't have to overblow it, but let them know they're getting close to being done. It's important. They don't understand time. For a little one, 5 minutes can feel like 5 hours, because they really don't have a concept of time. Okay. So let them know, kind of remind them. This is setting them up for success, right? You made sure you did last piece, so you don't have to necessarily go pee. You've got a little bit of a snack. You're encouraging them. You're letting them know when things are getting finished. And then the other thing I used to, especially when the malls were open, we'd have those, those stupid things that you put the money in and they move and everybody gets on them. Okay, I would stop, take the daycare kids out of the buggies, and they would go climbing on these things. Did I ever put money in there? Nope. In 15 years, I never put a quarter into any of them. What? People look at me like, what did you do? So I take them and they move, right? So I go, and I can't do it because I hurt my back this morning sitting. Yes, only me. And I would go and make faces at them. They thought that was the bomb. And I would stop for literally 3 minutes. And then I would always give them a little snack if they were in the buggy, and just give them little crackers if I needed to. I saved it. They knew it was there, but they never asked for it because they knew if they asked, I wouldn't give it to them. So they had to wait. So again, it's just teaching your kids along the way, and they will start to expect this and they will be really okay with this. All right. So when you set them up, let them know what you're doing. Let them know about how long, where you're going to go. Encourage them as you go on, and let them, again, do all the stuff I said. Note their behaviors. If you note them starting to go off, you can say, hey, I know you're getting tired, but we're almost done. Can you help mommy with this? So again, it's all about setting up for success. And if they do melt down, deep cleansing breath. You've got this, no big deal. They're probably just getting tired. Do your best. And if they do blow a cork, just wait. Crouch down. You don't have to say anything, or just stand there and just wait. And I got a story to go with this. And there's been times I'll go, are you done? No! Okay, I'll wait. So when my son was young, I think I had just had my second. I had two boys. They were 18 months apart. And I remember distinctly being in, like, it was Kmart at the time. And my eldest blew a freaking out monster full-on tantrum. And I had this lady, people were looking at me. So I didn't have the confidence I do. People were looking at me. And I was just like, oh shit, what do I do? He's never done this. What do I do? What do I do? We've all been there, right? You get it? And this lady came up to me and goes, and said, and I can't remember exactly what she said. I don't know why I don't remember exactly what it was. Basically, like, you need to, like, just give your kid what he wants because this is embarrassing. I'm thinking to myself, my kid's embarrassing you. And I just turned to her and I looked her dead in the eye and I was mad. I don't get mad very often. And I said to her, I said, you'll be thanking me when it's not my son climbing in your daughter's window up to no good. I said, do you mind? At that time, there was a big story about a teenage boy that had climbed into a teenage girl's window, and it was not good. And that's where I went with that. And I just turned my back on her, and I thought, go pound salt. That was a really defining moment for me as a parent, where I realized I am not going to allow other people to tell me how to raise my kid, and I really don't care. Was I uncomfortable still? Yes, but I knew that moment it was more important for me to do what was right for my kid in the long run, right, than to deal with it, than to wait for it. Little tidbit. Don't know how I came up with this stuff. It's just really intuitive, being a really intuitive person, very much connected with energy. With my son being 2, who's a very strong-willed child. So hence why I'm doing the strong-willed child workshop next week. And I realized that if I didn't deal with his stuff when he was about 2 years old, he'd be doing this to me at 16, going, give me the beep, beep, beep car keys. So I had a choice to deal with my kid's issues and his attitudes and his tantrums when he was this big, or I was going to pay big and bad when he was bigger. So that's where that came from. Okay. Give you guys a moment. Yes, Paige, definitely. I love that you are really being open to this and that you are going to continue it. And I want you to, I know it's really hard when the other parent does, but too bad. You need to let that go, because what goes on in your house is your house, your rules, your way. And you can tell him, they're smart. You can tell your little guy, in mommy's house, this is not acceptable. In mommy's house, we sit at the table. In mommy's house, we use our words. In mommy's house, we show this. That way you're letting him know that whatever he does at dad's, not your stuff, and it ain't flying in your house. Thank you very much. Got it? Okay. Let me know if there's any more comments. Just, again, we're going to I'll keep checking, but you guys are amazing. Throw me down some hearts if you guys are getting this, or just like drop a little note saying, got it, got it. All right. So you guys have heard me talk a few times now about, hang on, I always get such a runny nose every time I go live. I get so excited. So you guys have heard me yip yap about my power, parenting program. And I like things that have like, I did other ones, Raising Respect, Toddler Tantrums, right? You know, that stuff. Like I'm just built that way. So people ask me like, what is that? And it's a crash course in parenting, right? Takes things from chaos to being much more orderly, more room for laughter. Like you don't want to run away from your kids all the time. You get yourself those calm, loving boundaries that we all want to give our kids so that they can relax and you don't have to lose your schnizzle, right? Right? All right. So here's the deal. Parenting books are great. You know, they are. They're awesome, but they can only get you so far. So instead of trying to learn how to parent from a book, which is probably outdated, or getting it from your friends or your aunt or someone that's probably super judgmental, like can't you get your kids together? But what you're doing, I'm as a parenting coach, what it is it's you get to somebody who's not only on your team that helps you navigate in almost real time the actual meltdowns when you're in your house or in public. Like it's actually somebody that's right there, real time, right away, ready to go. Okay, there's never any judgment. So by implementing all like what I've just taught you guys, that's now my signature parenting method that I learned from my kids. They went from fighting over their toys and their favorite spot on the couch, like they scrapped, to asking to take turns and sharing the spot. They went from whining all day long, oh my God, please don't give me the weenie whiny voice, I would die, it would drive me batshit, to using their big boy voice and their manners. Like, been there, done that. And that's why I created the Power Parent program. It's simple, it's easy, it's an effective crash course in parenting. I mean, come on. You'll learn strategies to discipline your kids. Set those boundaries, which they desperately need. Get your sanity back so you can become more confident and in your parenting ability. And you can change your household dynamic in a matter of weeks. Promise, promise, true, true story. In only 4 weeks, you're going to learn to rebuild the parenting foundation in your home. This is crucial. This is really important because you're going to learn how to redefine your own parenting vibe and be the kind of mom you want to be so that you can really step into that inner confident power to parent your kids who have that newfound respect for you. They're not going to run you over. The power, when I talk about power in your parent, isn't power like, no, it's that I I know what's best for my kids. I know what's right for them. I'm not their friend. I'm their parent. So yeah, you're gonna have that power. You're gonna learn how to stop repeating yourself like a broken record. Oh my God, this is one of my favorite things to teach. So you can end the back talk and the sass where they are, in that constant fight to get things done, and stop those tantrums that come with, trying to get them to do what you ask. You won't have to threaten to cancel that trip to the park or their friend's house in order to get your kids to listen and spend all day having your kids live in timeout or hear you going, you're mean 20 times a day. That will be done. You'll also learn how to raise your kids so you feel proud and confident and relaxed to take them out anywhere without having to worry if your kids are going to throw them onto the ground screaming. And if they do, you're going to know what to do with it, right? You're going to learn how to create these firm, loving boundaries that gives your kids the knowledge of what your limits are so they stop constantly testing them and they will finally really respect you as a mom. That's really important. So important that your kids have respect. I also want them to have that just slight edge of not fear, like I'm scared they're going to hurt you, but ooh, what's going to happen? Remember when we were growing up? Oh, mom's going to kill me if I do that. We knew she wasn't, but we just didn't want to get in trouble. So we self-regulated, right? So the best part about this coaching, and this is truly the best part, I am in love with this part. best part of this program and hiring me as your parenting coach is that in between our weekly calls, you're going to have the ability to private message me or sort of voice note me using Voxer, which is like this walkie-talkie thing. It's amazing. It's so fabulous. Or Facebook Messenger and send little voice clips where you can ask me any questions that come up and even have me walk you through a meltdown like that's happening in your living room or, like I said, in the middle of the grocery store or whatever, in as real time as I possibly can to help calm you down, get your confidence back, get it back up after dealing with the antics of kids all day, because we get ground down. And this is what I do is I kind of help you kind of go, oh, you got this, you can do it. You're like, yes, of course I can. Whew. Now, I want you to think about this. We spend thousands of dollars over the years when we have our kids, teach them how to learn to skate, get them piano lessons, have tutoring. I mean, the list goes on, right? But we don't think much about it because it's part of our raising kids, right? Raise your hand. You got it? Yeah. Write down that. Yeah. That's right. We send them skating and all that stuff. But you know what? But we also pay to learn how to get our driver's license. We buy online courses to like grow our businesses or to learn a new skill or to, get in all these little neat classes, right? So why would, we don't even think twice of doing that. So why would we even think twice about investing in ourselves so we can be the best parent that we can possibly be, right? Right? Right. Come on. It makes sense, doesn't it? So here's a gig. So for $880 US, you're going to get everything I've talked about. Everything I've talked about. The one-on-one calls, right? They're weekly, they're short, they're sweet, they're to the point, so you can get back onto your stuff. Get full access to me in as real time as possible, and all those things that you are going to need to get a solid parenting base underneath you. Oh my God, who doesn't want that? So just so you know, this program is normally $1,200, okay? But just for you guys, until August the 20th, I made it $880 because I really want you guys to be able to get in on this. So you are a hell yeah. I am in. Let's get you signed up right now. And if you want to chat about a few details, hop into my DM. Just send me a little message. I'll get you sorted out. No big deal. And the link to the program, I've got to put it back. I forgot to put it in the live. Oh my gosh, I'm such a doughhead. I will put that in there so you can do that, and I will drop it in the comments. So just go check that out. So you guys, that is it. We are done. You have been amazing. I know you guys have gotten a ton out of this. I love how interactive everybody has been. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, if you want to get in on this right now, let's get you going. You got some questions, ask me. I'm easy peasy to ask. Never an issue. Love hearing your comments. Love your questions. You guys are the reason I get up and do this every day. I get up at 6:30 every day because I am so excited to be able to get working on stuff so I can bring a little live like this to you. And next week, you've got to get registered. I've got the strong-willed child, which we are going to go into. It's 3 days. It's going to be beep, 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 kick ass. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited about that. I have such a deep connection to strong-willed kids, and I adore them, even though they make me gray. I've got proof. See, there's gray. So I want you to remember this. I want you to be very, very clear about this, that you are doing the very best you can with what you have right now. And it is more than enough. Okay? So be nice to yourself. Be kind. You're doing the best you can. I love you guys. You are amazing. You are such a gift. And it is such an honor to always be here for you. All right? You have an amazing day. Go tickle your kids. Go do something fun. Blow some bubbles. Have an amazing day. I love you guys. And I will be back here. I believe it's the 27th, which is Monday. And we'll be in the webinar. Okay, you guys, I love you. Have a good one. And if that's it, we are over and out. Love ya. Bye.